Hey there and welcome. Today, we're diving into a really powerful ancient promise. It's for anyone who's ever felt like they've lost time, maybe an opportunity, or even just hope. It's this idea of divine restoration, a message that has brought comfort to people for centuries, and we're about to explore exactly why. So, at the very heart of this is one single, profound verse. I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten. I mean, the imagery there is just so vivid, right? A swarm that comes through and consumes absolutely everything. This promise is a direct answer to that kind of devastating loss. It's not just some nice, hopeful phrase. It's a core belief that what has been taken can actually be returned, and often in ways you would never expect. But, before we can even get to the restoration part, we have to start with the loss itself. The very first step is to really acknowledge what these eaten years actually mean in our own lives. And what's so powerful here is just how universal these feelings are. This promise, it covers the tangible things we've lost, sure, but it also gets into the intangible stuff, the delayed experiences, like a career that stalled out or a relationship that just never happened. It speaks directly to the hardships we go through, and maybe the most painful one, those years we look back on and think, wow, that was just wasted. This whole concept says, yeah, that's real. I see that. Okay, so after we've acknowledged the loss, we can finally turn to the core message, this incredible promise of restoration. This is really where hope starts to enter the picture. See, the central idea is the identity of God as a restorer. It's not just something God does. It's presented as part of his very character. The message is just so absolute. It doesn't matter what you've lost, what's been delayed, or what you've gone through. The power to restore is always on the table. This really reframes the divine, not as some distant observer, but as an active, powerful agent of recovery in your life. And this brings us to the toughest question of all, doesn't it? This is the one that can be a huge barrier to faith. I mean, it's one thing to believe a lost object can be replaced, but what about lost time? What about those years that genuinely feel like a complete and total waste? And the answer that's presented here is a fundamental shift in how we see things. It's so simple, but it's incredibly profound. They were not wasted in his hands. This suggests that even in those times that felt completely meaningless to us, there was a deeper process going on. The crucial point here is that our definition of wasted isn't the final word. So this brings us to our next big idea, reframing the past. See, restoration isn't about erasing what happened, not at all. Instead, it's all about finding a new, redeemed purpose in every single season of life, especially the really difficult ones. This whole process, it seems to build along a pretty clear path. It all starts with healing. That means looking at the past, acknowledging it, but not letting it define who you are today. From there, it moves into growth, which is all about trusting that every season, even a harsh winter, can produce something new. And finally, all of this leads to purpose, that amazing moment you realize your old wounds can actually become the source of a brand new mission. So what do we do with all of this? This isn't just some interesting theological concept to think about. It's presented as a direct, personal invitation for you. It's a call to hope. So if any part of this message is resonating with you, that feeling of the eaten years, of wasted time, that deep longing for renewal, the encouragement is just hold on. It's a plea not to give up, because this promise isn't some far-off idea. It's presented as a real, tangible possibility for you right now. And that leaves us with one final, empowering question. It turns the focus from just learning about this promise to actually applying it. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Looking at your own life through this lens of restoration, what wasted season might just be ready for a new purpose?